Hi everyone, it's Sorkin. Today we have a problem when we are given a binary tree. So what we need to do is we need to serialize that binary tree to a string, and then we need to deserialize that binary tree using the same string. We can use any algorithm that we want, but our solution, our algorithm should be as optimal as possible. So what we are going to do here, right, as a solution. As a solution, we are going to use the preorder traversal. So what it means, when we have a preorder traversal, so what we do is we are first visiting root, then we are visiting left node, then we are visiting right node, right? And for the deserialization, what we are going to do, so we are going to preorder traverse our tree and save the values to the string with the comma and with the comma separation. And for deserialization, we are going to build the same tree using the minimum and the maximum bounds. So what's that mean? So one fact we can distinguish in the binary search tree, right? In the binary search tree, all the values on the right is less than all the values on the left, right? So for example, here, all the values to the right of the root is more than the root, and all the values onto the left is less than the root. So we are going to use that fact. So what we are doing here first, let's go to the solution right away. So for the serialization, what we do is we are using the preorder, right? So for the serialization, we are creating a string builder and we are calling the preorder. We are passing our root and we are passing our string builder, right? So here what we do, what we're doing here is that for the preorder, if the node is equals to null, so we are returning right away. If our string builder more than 0, so which means that the length of it is more than 0, it means that we already have their value, right? So we are adding a comma after that, and then what we do, so we are first visiting our root, so we are adding root value, then we are visiting the left node, and then we are visiting the right node, and we are recursively adding those values to our string, right? So at the end we will have for this tree, right? For this tree we will first add 8, then we are going to visit left 5, then again we are visiting left 1, so then we are visiting right 7, then we are visiting the right nodes, which is the 10, and there is no left for the 10, so we are visiting 10, and at the end we have this string, right? Now what we need to do is we need to deserialize, and this is the most interesting part here for deserialization, right? So what we do for deserialization? For deserialization, first thing is we are checking that we are taking the string and we are checking if the string is empty. So what it means? It means that there is nothing to deserialize, so we are just returning null, right? If the string is not empty, so what we do? We are splitting that by the comma, so we are splitting our input string, and we have an array of the strings, right? And we are creating an index which starts from the root of our tree. So we are passing to our build, we are passing our values of our nodes, we are passing index, and for the minimum and the maximum value, for now we are taking the minimum integer min value and the integer max value, right? So what we do in our build method. So let's go here. This is the most interesting part. So what we do here is first we are checking that if our index equals to the value length, so to the length of our string. So in that case, so we are returning null, right? So we are at the end of our tree. So we are at the leaf node. So if not, so what we do? We are taking the value of the current, whatever the current index is, right? Our first index is, so we are starting from here, right? So first we are passing here I, which is I, so we are at this point the value of I is 0, so we are passing 0, which means that we are taking the first element 8, right? So let's actually draw that here. So we are passing here 8, right? So we are passing here 8, and the first one that we are creating a root node, right? We are creating 8, and then the next one, so what we do here? So we are, at this point, we are checking the value is if the value is less than our minimum and or more than our maximum, then in that case we are returning null. So our value is 8, it's not less than our minimum, and it's not more than our maximum, so it fits in this, so our 8 is, we can take that as a root. So we are taking that as a root. We are creating a new node here, right? So we are creating a new node, and we are incrementing our index, and we are recursively building the left and the right, right? So for the left, so what we are passing? So for the left, what we are passing is we are passing our values here, right? Our array of the string. And also we are passing our index, which we are incrementing here. And also we are passing the minimum maximum value, right? Now this value 8 becomes the maximum value for the left, right? So which means that whatever comes to the left of 8, the maximum value for it is 8, right? And for the right, the maximum value is minimum value is 8. So we are passing the value here. That's why we are passing for the maximum. For the left, we are passing 8, and for the minimum for the right, we are passing 8. So now let's go to the first one. So we have built the first one. Now we are going to the next one, right? 5. So we are again taking the value. If 5 is less than our minimum, so our minimum in this case is integer minimum value, so infinity, so no it's not. And if it's more than our maximum, no it's not. So it fits in the, so we can add that to the left, right? So we are adding that to the left, right? So we have added the first one. So the second one, now we are adding the 5, and now 5 becomes the max value, right? So whatever will come to the left or right whatever will come to the left of this node should be less than 5, and whatever comes to the right, it should be more than 5, but it should be less than 8, right? So we have added also 5. So now we are recursively again calling for 5, right? So we are recursively calling for 1. So we are adding 1. So 1 again fits that into this. So 1 is not less than our minimum, and it's not more than our maximum, which is 5. So we can add 5 here. So we are adding 5 here. Now what we do, right? So we are trying to add 7 here. So now 1 becomes the maximum, right? So now 1 becomes the maximum. So now 1 becomes the maximum. We try to add the 7 here. But the 7 does not fit into this equation, right? 7 is so if the 1 is the maximum, then in that case, if the value is more than our max, it's more than our max, so which means that we cannot add that here, right? So we cannot add that here, so we are backtracking, and now we are adding to so we are backtracking from here, and we are backtracking from here, so now we try to add to the right, right? So now we are adding to the right, and the value for the maximum value is, so minimum value for the right side is, minimum value is 5, and the maximum value at this point is 8, right? Maximum value is 8, so our 7, next one, 7, right? 7 is 7 is not less than our minimum and not more than our maximum, so we can add that to the right, right? So we are adding to the right, and the same way we are building the right side of the tree, right? So we are adding 10 after that, and we are adding 12, right? So we are adding 10 here, and we are adding 12. So that's it. That's how we are solving this problem. And if we look at the time and space complexity of this solution, the time complexity of this solution is of n, because we are visiting each node only once, and the space complexity is also of n, because at each time, so what we are doing, right, in the memory, we are only at most keeping the size of the node with the size of our input nodes, right, at most. So that's why our space complexity is also of n. That's it. Hope you like my content. If you like it, please hit the like button and subscribe my channel. See you next time. Bye.